Firstly, just looking back at the FA Cup game, I've spoke to numerous sort of neutrals who watched it on telly and what have you, and they were very impressed with the way you played. So it must have been pleasing for you the way you stood up to a League One side and conducted yourself really well.
Yeah, look, I thought first half we played well. Second half they totally killed the game, and it was very difficult. But if you're going to cause an upset in a game like that, you need the key moments to go your way. And at the time, things happen, and there's nothing you can do about it. And it is unusual to get 4 or 5 shouts in the same game. But I haven't watched it. First one in the second minute is 100% definite penalty. And then obviously Cunnington misses the chance straight after the equaliser. So if one of those 2 moments go your way, then it's a different game. And the handball in the first minute of the second half again is 100% a penalty. And having seen it again, I can't believe he hasn't given. I can't believe he hasn't given both of them, but I can't believe he hasn't given one of them. So those moments didn't go our way, and then they scored the second goal, and the game, I'm not saying it was over, but it was always going to be difficult to come back from there. But you have to look at it. I always try and look on the bright side of things. It would be very difficult, for example, to get the players up for the away game at Braintree on the 1st if they were having to go to Villa on the 4th. And at the risk of sounding monotonous or single-minded or whatever, I am only interested in one thing, to be honest. And you have to say that to get the game on TV, to get 4,500 people in the crowd, the prize money that we've picked up, I think we just have to look at it and say, job done.
Yeah, no, definitely. The good thing is, I suppose, the 2 games you've lost this season, you've then responded with like a 4-0 win and then a 3-0 win. So it says a lot about the character of the group, I would have thought, because so many times you see a team lose and then lose the next game, isn't it?
Yeah, look, I think the two totally different scenarios, if I'm honest. I think to respond from the league defeat at Southport was important. I don't think Tuesday's was really a response to the defeat. It was Tuesday's game was just about making sure that we responded to what other teams had done while we were playing in the cup. Because, I don't think we should look upon the defeat against Sheffield United as a defeat per se. You know what I mean? It's we're out, but you could say that we won because of the finance and the way we played. So, I think it was a different type of response. The mental thing, fatigue, and all of that, and there's no doubt about it that we wanted to put the game back another 24 hours, and they wouldn't, for obvious reasons. But it was probably the best motivation they could give us, and the team responded in every way we wanted them to.
And I know Kwesi Appiah, that was his last home game as it stands, and arguably that was probably one of his best performances. Yeah,
look, he's got 10 in 15, I think, something like that. I think to say he certainly was very good on the night. He played with a real gusto and a lot of energy, and to add to the quality that he obviously has. But I think he's worked that hard in pretty much every game. He probably had a night where things came off for him.
Yeah. And are you fairly hopeful you can get him back in January, or
Look, he wants to come back. He wants to carry on training with us between now and January. He doesn't want to go back into that under-21 environment, so he's going to speak to Palace and we're going to speak to Palace. He wants to come back, and we're going to do everything we possibly can to try and ensure that happens. But until it's signed and whatever, then obviously it isn't done.
I suppose the thing is, other teams might have seen how he's done and might have him on their radar themselves.
Well, that's always a danger, but he loves it here.
And just quickly looking at the game this Saturday against St Albans, I don't know what you've seen of them at all, but I know they've not lost since September, I don't think. So, what do you make of them?
They've recruited strongly for the level that they're at. They're paying good money for the level that they're at. I saw the replay against Tunbridge Angels, and they were very impressive on the night. It's an unusual ground, big slope, big tree and the stand at the back. It's very picturesque, but it is an unusual stadium to play in, and it's going to be a big test, whichever team we take.